third man wanted in the brutal killing of a poll worker from Waterbury on Election Day has turned himself in to police.
And today he faced a judge. News 8's Annie Rourke on the scene in Waterbury with more on what happened.
Michael Mark turned himself into police, something his attorney was quick to point out today at Waterbury Superior Court, but it didn't really score any points with the victim's family. It was a brief appearance for 22-year-old Michael Mark. His priors, one assault in the third degree.
Mr. Mark shows very little criminal history.
But he's accused of the most depraved crime now. Mark is considered the ringleader who walked up behind 48-year-old Arnaldo Gonzalez, hit him with a rock, robbed him, and beat him to death. It was Election Day, and the victim was on his way to work as an interpreter at the polls. And Marks wasn't alone. 22-year-old Johnny Martinez of Queens is accused of stomping on the victim's head. 23-year-old Manuel Vasquez allegedly drove the getaway car. And in court, Mark's attorney implied they had the wrong man.
And when more evidence is presented, we might be able to tell who the real culprit of this particular matter is.
He wouldn't elaborate on that after the arraignment if he plans to point the finger at one of the others as being the ringleader. But either way, the family is glad they're caught.
It's a sad day still because it just keeps coming back, my brother's death, but I'm just happy that at least they have them.
And the fact that Mark turned himself into police didn't really make much difference to this grieving brother.
He turned himself in 2 months after the crime, though. He was running for 2 months. If he probably didn't feel he was going to get caught, he probably would have kept going. Who knows?
Again, all three suspects are now behind bars. Mark will be back in court January 19th. On the scene in Waterbury, Annie Rourke, News 8.